Lawyer Fatima and this answer me about to abontin ebusian for ni abrie pa o chese Ghana has a media for no impacting kinds of patche and chese or more nsɛm asɛm bi obi de beto abonti bia na o ma fa na chese o ma publish or chese esan nye adwuma papa na o ye na o chese o kan ni na mane kosi se okuzito ablakwa intro a wotwa eto aban a o aban mu na akufo ado ne na aban o twa edito omo so o chese no kwa bia ne ho a ewum se akufo ado aban aton we aton sei Ghana media omo nkoye nhwehwemu bia na omo so astarte ka ho asem na chese abeye ade a trend no se eba saa na o se ebe ha Ghana for pa na se esa ha aban no de oda so aban na ebe ha omo yi panti no se asemba Ghana media no omo ntimi nhwehwe asem mu yi pa na chese omo ntimi mfa no kwan no ntu ba bia no kwan no da na omo se okuzito ablakwa nsem bi wo ha o kan no kwan de woman na se ntro no wo twa na nsem a okuzito de beto abontin no 90% bebre na ntro yenkotie Fatima lawyer Fatima nsem o de to abontin ekoba ye ba beto so message so be subscribe to my channel or be like na do adwenche so be go comment section akamaka
ani omo ho se let me give this preamble osofo meti hey eni onyam kese a president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo de ahye me ne mabusua I will not go and entangle myself in any corrupt situation. I think say corruption should be punished by law. So obi a corrupter yemfa no nko gina mrenim. And that has been the track record of the New Patriotic Party and our government. President Akufo-Addo baye and Professor Mills ne former President Mahama administrations na corruption he prosecuted the cases. Entina Maslock CEO and now we are convicted. Only her, she is a fugitive because yasishan krata di na kojina mrenim ama mrano ni nedi abuano fo. Entina the former board of National Communications Authority NCA yedi omu kojina mrenim ama mrani omu diye convicte entina venture capital under the previous administration emrano yedu omuko jina mrenim. There is no shortcut in dealing with corruption. If you have the evidence, it ought to be prosecuted.
Now all the examples near people in the former administration
entina meka ba say Encrofor the cases be aban refer to one agency or the other, whether a ßreak, whether a police CID, whether a office of special prosecutor. Yoko ni na references ko unim say Northern Development Authority issues ba ho under this administration before court and now way. So it defeats
motorcycles been a year.
Yeah, so it defeats the conversation about reference to only cases under previous administration. Now under this administration, so can about so obi a corrupt and answer there is a scandal. Let me give you a typical example. Me penny Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa of the NDC, member of parliament for Northern. Now say uto wa no akofa krata biaba said there is a scandal. Also for moteha ena bra panyi kofa krata ba yese and aban we yakoton ensase parks and gardens for ensase me say I won't comment on any new paper or so-called expose without Ghana media no holding it to account. Said this is the explanation and narrative of Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources diaba. I say anyama wo see a lease under this government the history the leases were done under NDC former President John Dramani Mahama administration in 2015 and 2016. The honorable thing would have been say opinion beba beka say mena mekaye nanso nyame anim in the face of evidence ebia I was misled into Ghana for momfa ncheyen na ochina okofa bibi foforo ba yaka say there was good intentions behind it, goodwill. He was only misled. Now the evidence ba ye chere says documents or the ba na no krebi anim no. Mama no kwaya na moving on, jumping onto other issues. And I am mom ni efra ye say embe responde. Without or no, whoever alleges must prove. Until yet the other superior information ba na contradicting the other beto abontia. The best thing is some obema na apologize publicly. Mobe friend de na to amanaka se meka say NPP aban and the Honorable Samuel Abujinapo and the previous lands ministers omaton sasea akwa parks and gardens for asase na muhwehwemu abakire say and the former president John Dramani Mahama and omulisi sansase does that hurt also for me better na meka bibi na manofom na ukonya evidence bi echese na meka na enye saa pepa na akomapa me de better na hanti I should be honorable enough to say oh I think some man when he me, but this is the contrary information but you've allowed him to move on. The media has allowed him to move on from that issue. And at the end of the day,
on that specific issue, what should the media have done?
They should have called him back.
After you remember the lands ministry had to respond twice. After the initial allegations, the lands minister responded, and he came back punching holes into the response from the lands minister. And on Namsoma, another response if a lands minister.
Another response and they did contradict the fact to say Abanwe didn't sell parks and gardens asasi. It did not contradict that. It did not. Lisi yeba kope. Ye lisi in 1920 or 1960 anyway. It does not matter what kind of application that were requested. So we were expose and it is based on information. You should have had the information from the genesis. Second response and by empacho money din komo. Was saying
no.
Was the lands ministry or moboa. Also monton parks and gardens as I say. So at the end of the day, I won't allow him to move on from such a conversation. Ochina blowing hot air on another issue. Ni afreyaba any scandal upon scandal. But now this is a dent on the integrity of the person who wakes up every day and bring a document say me expose. Because your punchy hole said no, this thing you didn't investigate, you didn't check the records, and the information here could have been easily accessible.
But based on that, parks and gardens, Diana Kwano, would you, based on that, rubbish all the other ones or the other, including the current one?
Response from Ministry of Lands. See, I'm trying to pull it for you. It was not only parks and gardens.
Okay.
It was more than one. The list of they did a chronology, step by step.
Oh, so I've read it.
Every allegation.
I've read it. Now, apart from Nsasene Diano, would you rubbish all the other allegations?
Also, he who alleges must prove.
Sure.
Obe alleging ne baako ne esenya no kre. Na on the second issue esenya no kre. On what basis? Ena wo other allegations media tum. Enti eja wo de wusu amra. Ana we wie mrehia. Enti no. There is something that goes to the credibility of the witness and answer the person who make allegations. Into uni musa obeba bra properly. But that notwithstanding, I have said it and said it again. And it's a NDC for nya akwenya besom Ghana for. Oma ntimi amputu a single appointee of President John Adjekun for NPP 1 administration behind bars. And it was not because former President Mahama is a father for all, as he's been claiming during his encounter with the media. It is because all the people that they lined up before the courts, they didn't have any evidence. Either it had to do with Ghana at 50. Say, your former minister Asabiyo, and in the they couldn't substantiate it. So it is never true. So mumunya akwenya to prosecute and they didn't do it because there is a humanizing posturing of a father for all. It is not true. And Obi Biara or what records from some of these developments from 2009 no say what they are saying is not true.
But would you say as we speak you don't believe or agree with Obi Obeka said there is corruption in this government?
If you say there is corruption, you have to show cause. On your own, on your head as a citizen of Ghana, obetime the petition akoma CID.
Yes.
Say you say who say boni bi koswa brane beka ananya sa e wasede se Ghana mambapa. Enti de koto ho no manhwehwe mu no mo beye. Ne de akogina mranim. Na atemuafo na otemuafo ye content kura wakobu asem. na wontimi meka keke enti osofo ena wotu hwe ni onyamfo te se na ma bese o se bi o ye kromfo ye say without any evidence yes enam se waje di nti Ghana fo mu awfo ansa na ye di wasem enye sa na mra ye adwuma wa ha ena enya me responsibility to go and look for evidence for the NDC omo allege they should come properly ena mra wo ho emra no so nya omampani na nado dan kwakufu ado ena da mra na no. The judiciary is as independent as they come. As independent as they come.